Hi, I'm Jacob Schaefer, Chief Technology Officer and Chief of Software at General Engineering and Robotics Specialists, Inc. We designed and built the R13C Mercury for the Best Robotics Made-to-Order competition. We programmed our robot in Simulink to make use of its graphical interface and ability to simulate a program before it's deployed to hardware. Our program this year is designed to give Mercury the ability to drive throughout the field, drag the order boxes, install Squeaky's wheels, and control Squeaky via his physical and infrared inputs. We included many features in our program to maximize readability. We color-coded each portion of the program based on its function, added a virtual dashboard panel for controlling the program during simulation, and inserted comprehensive documentation throughout the program. The robot's control algorithm is divided into 4 main subsystems according to the major divisions of its structure, in addition to a 5th subsystem that affects them all, the accessibility subsystem. This subsystem holds the extra controls we added to our program to improve user interface. The first is left-handed control mode, in which most buttons switch sides of the gamepad. To prevent accidental activation, it is not entered unless 3 buttons are pressed in sequence. Another extra feature is precision mode, which halves the output to the drive motors for more precise control over the robot's movement. The third feature is simulation mode control. During a simulation, operators can use a Logitech or Xbox gamepad to simulate the input of the VEX controller, though virtual controls were included as well. Now let's look at the drive subsystem. Our robot uses a 2-wheel tank drive system. We used a gamepad joystick to control each drive motor. These deadband blocks neutralize low inputs from the gamepad to extend battery life and reduce motor noise. The values from the joysticks go to these switches, which cut the values in half when precision mode is activated. The signals are then sent to the motors, one of them being inverted for the left motor, since it is on the opposite side of our robot. Let's take a look at the arm subsystem. These gamepad buttons are used to move the arm up, down, forward, and backward. The signals from these buttons are sent to this stateflow chart. This chart facilitates our Squeaky mode, which allows our robot to move only one of Squeaky's control levers while dynamically changing its function. Squeaky mode, like left-handed control mode, is entered by a 3-button sequence for safety. When it is enabled, the drive motors are disabled and the buttons on the gamepad are remapped to control only the linear motion of the arm and the IR transmitter. Each time a button is pressed, the IR transmitter sends a command to Squeaky's control box, changing the function of the center control lever according to the button being pressed. The Squeaky control chart then outputs data to the arm lift and arm lateral motors. Now let's look at the claw subsystem. The signal from these gamepad buttons is sent to this stateflow chart. It toggles between 2 positions for our robot's claw, which is actuated by these 2 servos. The wheel dispenser subsystem works much like the claw subsystem, but with only 1 servo and different position values. We included another subsystem in our program that generates a 3D MATLAB disk robot in order to take full advantage of the power of Simulink. This virtual robot is connected to Mercury's control algorithm and is helpful in testing the physical robot. This concludes the presentation of our Simulink model. Thank you for watching.